Hello dear students, welcome back again in our computer class. Okay, in our last class we have discussed about the different kinds of viruses, isn't it? So in today's class we are going to discuss about antivirus software. It is a kind of software that is used for protecting your device. Now let us read about antivirus software. An antivirus software is a program designed to detect and remove malicious programs, that is, viruses, worms, and Trojan horses. The following requirements are necessary for an antivirus program to be effective. It needs to run in the background at all times. It should be regularly updated so that it recognizes new versions of malicious programs. It should have the capability to scan email attachments and files as they are downloaded from the internet. The user should run full disk scan periodically. It means what? What is antivirus? Antivirus is a software. It is a program designed to detect and remove malicious program. That is, antivirus is such a software. It is used for detecting virus. If there are any virus in your device, it will automatically detect it. Okay? The following requirements are necessary for an antivirus program to be effective. That means what? The following programs, these all points are necessary for an antivirus program to work in your system. Okay, it needs to run in the background at all times. It means what? You have to keep your antivirus program run 24/7. Okay, that means what? Whenever you switch on your device, it should run automatically. Okay, every time you switch on your device till you turn it off or till you shut it down, it should run in the background. It should be regularly updated. That means what? You have to regularly update your antivirus program through internet. Okay, so that it recognizes new version of malicious program. What happens if we don't update our antivirus program? It cannot detect new kind of viruses. Okay, it should have the capability to scan email attachments. That means what? Whatever mail we download from the internet, or you can say the files or the media files which we download from the internet, it should have the capability to scan all those files. The user should run full disk scan periodically. That means what? You have to run full disk scan. It means what? Your computer should be scanned fully. Okay, periodically means not daily, not on daily basis. Either you can do it once in a month or thrice or fourth in a month. Okay, that means some examples of prominent antivirus software are MCFE virus scan, Norton antivirus, Kaspersky antivirus, Quick Hill antivirus, etc. That means what? Here in your book, some of the examples of the antivirus programs are being given. Those are MCFE virus scan, Norton antivirus, Kaspersky antivirus, Quick Hill antivirus, etc. So here I am going to show you what antivirus I am using in my device. Okay, you can see it here. So dear student, here you can see in my desktop Quick Hill Secure Browse. That means what? I am here using Quick Hill antivirus program in my system. So let's get back again to our point. Spyware. Spyware is a computer program that secretly gathers information about the user and relays it to advertisers and other interested parties. It is also known as spybot or tracking software. Spyware is often installed without the user's consent when the user downloads something from the internet or when the user clicks some option in a pop-up window that appears while browsing. Then spyware can also consume a lot of computer memory, making the computer very slow and difficult to work on. It means what? Spyware, whenever we browse something, suppose as for example, everyone, you are familiar with Facebook. Suppose if we browse Facebook, okay, or if we log into Facebook through any web browser, I'm not talking about Facebook application. If we log in for Facebook through any particular web browser, what happened? We are not directly taken into the Facebook account at one time. Okay, it will show some pop-up menu that click on here to install this, click there to install that, isn't it? So such screen pop-up menu will come up in front of your screen. If you click on that particular option, what will happen? That program will get downloaded in your computer. Okay, but knowingly you did not download it, you did not wish to download that one, but what happened? Accidentally you have clicked on the download option or you have touched the browser. Now After being downloaded at your computer, what it does, what is the work of that one? Okay, what is the work of spyware? Spyware gathers all the information, as much as information it can gather from your device, and it sends to the advertisers or the other parties who have modified this, okay, who has made this. Now let's move on to our next page. So our next topic is malware. Malware or malicious software is a generic term used for any program designed to infiltrate and harm a computer without the user's consent. It includes computer viruses, worms, Trojan horses and spyware. Malware is not the same as a defective software, which has a legitimate purpose but contains harmful errors. Also known as computer contaminant, it prevents you from using the machine and gathers important information from it. It means what? Malware, that is malicious software. Okay, it is a generic term used for any program designed to infiltrate a computer without the user's consent. It means what? Any kind of virus, any kind of virus can be called as malware. We can call malware any kind of virus. That means what? All the viruses, all the programs that are designed to gather information from your computer without your knowledge, it is called malware. Is it clear? Also known as computer contaminant, it prevents you from using the machine and gathers information from it. It means what? What is the work of malware? It prevents you from using the machine. Okay, that means what? You will not be able to work in your device properly. Okay, it will create problem, it will hang, or the program will not work properly. Such kind of problem you may face if you are this one, if you have malware in your device. Now precautions against malware, that means what are the precautions you must take, what are the things you should keep in your mind. One of the best precautions against malware is to run an antivirus program or a software specially designed to detect and remove spyware. Example, Windows Defender. It means what? How can you protect your device, how can you protect your computer, okay, from this malware? It means it from affecting any kind of virus. We can simply protect it by installing antivirus program in our computer. Is it clear? Next, at least once a week or every time you indulge in excessive web surfing, it can scan your hard drives and registry and give you a list of malware on your system. That means what? If you have any kind of virus, any kind of malware in our system, the antivirus program gives us a list of that particular virus and we can easily deal with it. Deal with it means what? We can easily, if you want, we can delete those viruses. Okay. Next, precautions. In this one we have discussed. Now spam. Spam refers to any unsolicited and unwanted email. It may carry advertisements or serve as a means of spreading malware such as viruses and worms. It means what? What is spam? Spam is nothing but it is an unwanted email. Hope so everyone you have used or you are using email ID, isn't it? That means what? You will surely have your email account. So in your email account, if you go to your inbox, what you can see? You can see lots of messages. It has come. Who has sent those messages? Who has sent those messages? There's messages that those messages were not sent to you by your known person. Okay, those messages are spam. Remember this thing. Okay. Now problems caused by spam. What are the problems you may face by this kind of messages? The following are the problems caused by spam. It wastes the user's time by reading unwanted emails. That means what? Suddenly if you see a mail in your inbox, you will be eager to open it, isn't it? Who has sent? I want to see what is there in the email. That means what? Simply you are wasting your time by reading that particular mail sent by some unknown user. It wastes network bandwidth. It may be used to spread malware. It means what? That particular mail may contain malware also. It means it may contain virus also. Okay. Now, which kind of messages are called spam? I'll show you, student, now. So dear student, here you can see I have opened my email account, that is redditmail.com, and I am in inbox of my account. So you can see here, as for example, the first message. Okay, this message, okay, or this mail has been sent to me by some of the insurance company. I don't know that particular insurance company, the name is also not publishing here. So if I click here, if I try to read this mail, it may be a genuine mail also, and this mail may contain malicious software also, okay, malicious program also. So why to take the risk? I will not read the mail, simply I will delete it. Okay, have you understood? Because the particular sender is unknown to me, I do not know that particular sender, so it will be better for me to delete that particular mail. So we have known what is spam, what are the problems caused by spam. Now avoiding spam. How can you avoid spam? Some of the ways of avoiding spam are given below. Do not give your email address to unknown people or enter the same at unreliable website. If the website is not reliable, that means if you don't have trust on that particular website, we should not share our email address. Okay, and we should not give our email address to unknown people whom we do not know. Number 2 point, use the spam filter of your email program to block unwanted emails. If we use the spam filter of our email program, such kind of mail will not be shown in our inbox. Okay, now next, number 3, delete spam mails without reading them. As I have showed you how to delete the mails without reading them, I have not read that particular mail, but I have deleted it. Okay, now next part of our chapter, that is data backup and recovery tools and methods. That means what is data backup? Let us know. Data backup means to make copies of data in a removable long-term storage device. That means you make a duplicate copy of the data. It allows a copy of the data to be stored at another location, and when required, an individual file or a set of files can be restored to the computer system. It means what? Whatever data are present in your computer, if you take a copy of it, if you make a copy of it and store somewhere else, so accidentally if you lost the computer system, okay, if it is stolen, or you can say if it was damaged any day, then the data stored in them, that is your valuable data which will be stored in it, won't get damaged. You can get back, you can recover those data from the backup file. Okay, now the additional copies are called backups. Backups means making duplicate copy of your original data. So the duplicate copy, that is the additional, means extra copy, okay, of your data is called backup, isn't it? Okay, now next, why is a backup required? Why should we take a backup of our data? Data loss can occur as a result of file corruption, fire, theft, hard disk crash, etc. That means what? We can lose our data by the following thing: file corruption. The file is corrupted, it is not opening anymore. So in that case, we require data backup. Next, fire. Okay, suppose the system where in which in the room in which your computer system has, once if that particular room catches fire, what will happen? Everything will be burnt up, isn't it? Then theft. If your particular computer is theft by stolen someone else, then what will you do? Your data is gone with that particular person, so how will you get back those data again? We can get back from the backup. From where? Backup which we took earlier. Next, if you regularly make backup copies of files on your hard disk and keep them at a separate place, you can restore the lost data if anything happens to the original files on your computer. It means what? If our original data is lost, we can make or get or restore the lost data. Okay? Now, backup method. The 5 backup methods that are fully backup, incremental backup, differential backup, mirror backup, and online backup. What are those 3? The 5 backup methods are fully backup, incremental backup, differential backup, mirror backup, and online backup. Okay, so there are 3 factors that help in deciding which method to choose. That means what? We have to decide, we have to take our backup under which method. They are as follows: the storage capacity of the backup media. If your media is small in size, we should take some other process. If you are not some other process, some other ways. If your media is of large MB, large size, then we have to go in some other ways. The time period available for backup, the level of urgency when a file is restored. Okay, full backup method. Now let us read. In this method, the entire data stored on a hard disk is copied. Full backup method, what happened? Whatever data is there in your hard disk, everything is copied, A to Z, everything. It is done on a weekly or monthly basis. It means what? People, or you can say we, okay, take monthly backup. Okay, we take monthly backup under full backup method. Whatever data is there in our hard disk, everything is copied in under this method, full backup method. Each full backup contains the entire copy of the data. Recovery, a single backup is used to restore all backup files. Advantage, restoration of data is quick as only one file is required. Disadvantage, backing up is slow as requires high storage space. It means what? What it is the disadvantage? Disadvantage means problems. Problem in taking full backup method. If you take full backup, what happen, dear student? All the data will be copied. Okay, when all the data will be copied from your system, it will require a huge memory. It will consume a large amount of data. Okay, now disadvantages. Backing up is slow and requires high storage space. If the backup media is illegally accessed or stolen, the hacker would have access to an entire copy of your data. Incremental backup method. In this method, only the files that are new or have been modified since the last incremental backup are copied. Backup levels are used to distinguish between different types of backups. A level 0 is a full backup. A level 1 incremental backup. Incremental means backing up everything that has been modified since the last level 0. A level 2 incremental means backing up everything that has been modified since the last level 1 and so on. Recovery. If you did full backup on Monday and incremental backup on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, and the PC crashes on Friday, you would fill all 4 backups files, that is Monday's full backup and incremental backups of Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday for restoration of your previous data. Is it clear? Next, advantages. What are the advantages of incremental backup method? Backing up in this manner is faster than the full backup method. That means what? In this process, it requires very less time. It requires less storage space than the full backup method. Under incremental backup method, it requires a small amount of memory compared to the full backup method. Differential backup method. In this method, all files that have been modified since the last full backup are copied. Backup levels are used to distinguish between different types of backups. A level 0 is a full backup. A level 1 differential means backing up everything that has been provided since the last level 0. A level 2 differential means backing up everything that has been modified since the level 0 and so on. Now recovery. If you did a full backup on Monday and differential backup on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, the PC crashes on Friday, you would need 2 backup files, that is Monday's full backup and the differential backup on Thursday for restoration. That means what? If you take only one backup, then your file won't get restored properly. Okay, now let's turn our page and go to page number 239. Okay, now what are the advantages? Restoration is faster than the incremental backup method. Backing up is faster than the full backup method. The storage space requires are lower than the full backup method. So, advantages and disadvantages of every backing up method you have to keep in your mind. Disadvantage, restoration is still slower than the full backup. Backing up is slower than the incremental backup. Storage space requirements are higher than the incremental backup. Mirror backup. Now let us know what is mirror backup. In this method, selected files and folders are copied without any compression. Okay. It keeps all the individual files separate at the destination. That is, the destination becomes the mirror of the source. It means what? Exactly how all the files and folders are there in your computer. It will be copied in the same manner. It won't get compressed. Okay. Recovery. Copy all the required files. Advantage, the fastest backup method. So here, dear student, underline this point, and from here we have learned that which is the fastest backup method. Mirror backup method is the fastest backup method. Now, what are the disadvantages of it? It requires more storage space than any other backup method. Password protection is not possible. You cannot use any password here. It cannot track different versions of files. Now, let's move on to online backup. Now, what is online backup? I hope so everyone you are familiar with the term online backup. Online backup means we can save our files or folders or media clips, whatever it is, in online. Okay. Online backup refers to copying of data, that is files, folders or the entire content of a hard disk to another computer on the internet for online storage. That means what? Here we are not going to store our data in any form of storage device. You can say either hard disk or pen drive or CD-ROM, anything. We are going to store our data in completely online basis. Okay. If you lost any file from your original computer, you can connect to the other computer on the internet and restore. Some examples of online backups are backup to back to zip 2.0 and sync back. Now, advantages of online backup are data can be restored at any computer online. Okay, whenever we connect our computer to the internet, we can restore our data from the internet. Data is stored safely at some other places, that is far away from the original data. Okay, it is stored in the internet computer, internet server. Privacy and security of data are assured through encryption and password protection. It means what? If we upload our data or if we make our data online backup, what will happen? We can protect our data through password. No one can else go through our data in the internet. Okay, it can only be accessed by the user who has uploaded it. Now, what to backup and where? That means what you have to backup and where. Any file or folder containing important information should be backed up. Okay, whatever files or folders you have in your system, if you think so that those particular files or folders are important for you, they are containing important information, then you should take a backup of that particular file or folder. Some storage devices that can be used to backup your files are external hard drive, CD, DVD and USB flash drive. How can you backup files? Files can be backed up by simply copying and pasting them to your hard disk and by using the built-in backup utility in Windows 7. Okay? To use the backup utility in Windows 7, now you have to follow the steps which has been given in your next page. Here you can see you have to click on start, then click control panel, then control panel screen appears, then you have to click on backup and restore option, then backup and restore option screen appears, select setup backup and follow the instruction. Other backup software are EaseUs, Todo Backup, Auto Backup, TaskZip, Comparator Pro and Backup for All. Now protecting backup files. Given below are some suggestions to protect your backup files. Backup files should be protected with a password. That means whatever file you have backed up, it should be protected with a password. They should be placed on some other computer apart from the computer that has the original files. That means what? Your particular backed up file should not be placed near the computer, or it should not be placed near the same location where your computer original data has. It should be placed in some other far away. Okay, you should make multiple copies and store them at separate places. Okay, if possible you can make more than one copy of your data. Now When you think of protecting files or accounts using password, keep the following points regarding password length and complexity in mind to create a secure one. That means what? Whenever we create a password of any particular file or folder, simply we cannot create the password. We have to keep in our mind some points. What are those points? Password length. Okay, the length of the password. How many characters or numbers or symbols we are going to use in our password. Then let us read. Create a password that is at least 10 to 8 to 10 characters in length. That means what? Our password must have at least 10 to 8 to 10 characters in length. It cannot be of short character. Okay. This is because the large number of characters will make it difficult for an attacker to crack a password. If we create our password with 3 or 4 letters, what will happen, dear student? It can be easily traced by some of the hackers. Okay. Hackers can easily track our password. Myself and yourself cannot track it, okay, cannot crack it, but the hackers who are in this profession from the last you can say from the past many years, they will surely be able to track it, okay, or hack it. So it will be better for us if we give a password of length 8 to 10 characters, okay, then it will be difficult for anyone to hack it. This is because the large number of characters will make it difficult for an attacker to crack the password. However, keeping the password too long and complex may make it hard to remember. But if we keep our password of, you can say, 15 to 20 characters, it will be difficult for us to remember it, isn't it? Usually a 10 character password should be sufficiently secure. So it is advised you to make your password, create your password within the range of 8 to 10 characters. Now password complexity. The second aspect is complexity. Preferable, a password should contain at least one character from each of the following groups for it to be a strong one. That means you have to make your password strong. Simply you cannot create 8 to 10 characters of password. Okay, your password should contain the following things. Number one, lowercase alphabet letters. Lowercase means small letter ABCD. It is called the character letters in lowercase. Next, uppercase alphabet letters. Uppercase alphabet letter means, dear student, capital letter ABCD. Okay, you have to combine, you have to compose your password with both small letter and capital letter. Next, let us see in page number 241 what it is written. So in our next page we can see numbers. That means what? Our password should include numbers also. Not only numbers, it should contain special characters also. Special characters means, as for example, question mark, underscore sign, semicolon, these all. Okay. Next, the following should be avoided while creating a password. Dear student, you have to avoid such thing while creating a password. Let us know what are the things that we should avoid. Duplicating your username as your password. Whatever username we have in our account, that username we should not use in our password. Next, using your own name. Our own name should not be used as much as our password, okay, or a family member's name or your date of birth as password. These all things should not be used as a password. Next, consecutive letters of a alphabet. Example, I, M, N, O, P, Q, or consecutive numbers. Example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Consecutive means serially. Okay, serial number we cannot use as a password. It is not that we cannot use, we can use it, but it is not safe for us, secure for us to make our password in such manner. Also remember the following about passwords to keep your data safe. Change all your password at least once in every 6 months. In every 6 months we have to, or we should change our password that we have created. When you change your passwords, create a new one every time. Okay, every time we have to change our password and create a new one. Avoid typing in your password while someone is looking over your shoulder. That means if someone is standing behind me, at backside of me, okay, and at that time I should avoid typing my password. Why? Because my password can be seen by that particular person who is standing behind me. Okay, so these all things, this thing, it is very important to take care while withdrawing money from ATM. What we do, we stay in a queue one after another, isn't it? When it is our turn to withdraw the money, we put our ATM card in the ATM slot. Okay, as soon as we put the ATM card in the ATM slot, it is required to press the password, input the password. At that time what happened, dear student, we can see most of the student, they peep through. Okay, it means what? They look behind your shoulder. Okay, they look over your shoulder and they try to see the password. Okay, at that time be careful. Next, don't check the remember password option or the stay signed in option on a public computer. That means what? If you are using someone's computer, your friend's computer, your relative's computer, at that time you should not click on remember password option. Okay. Next, recovery tools. If the data is not backed up properly and is lost due to any reason, it can be recovered using a recovery software. A recovery software, what it does, it helps us to recover our data properly. Okay. A few examples of data recovery software are RStudio Data Recovery, Restorer Automated Data Recovery, Undelete, Isobuster, and so on. Okay, dear student, I hope so you have understood this up to there. In our next class, we are going to discuss about hackers and crackers. So I want you all to gather some information about hackers and crackers, either from your book or by taking the help of internet. Who are called hackers and who are called crackers? This term we have heard earlier in everywhere, in social media, in news, everywhere we can listen this term, hackers and crackers. I want you all to gather few information about this and we will surely discuss it in our next class. Till then, go through the book, whichever topics has been discussed, and I want you all to start writing the question and answer that is mentioned at the last page. Okay, last page of this chapter. Okay, dear student, till then, bye.